our guy from the White Sox, Lance Lynn, joining us on FT Live right now. Lance, what's going on? How much drip is too much drip?
Oh, that's come a long way since I came in. What's up, fellas?
What's up,
How you doing? Who's got the most ice during games?
I finally get on here with you one
time.
have
you not got?
No.
Yeah, how we doing, man?
How's it going, man?
Who has the most on the team? I know we got a couple guys that do it up pretty good. Between got Mancada and Eloy. Can't go wrong with either one of those two.
Hey,
Louis Roberts right there with him though. He actually might be number one now I think about it.
Hey, so you and me keep it real all the time. You know that, right? From the plane flights to everything else. So, one, I saw you slam that, that tablet. I'm like, all right, well, so I kind of figured out what you need. And I don't know if you've been doing this, but remember Gloria? You need to bring yourself back some Gloria. So Gloria, long story short, is tequila. It's a flavored tequila that me and Lance and a couple of the boys like to drink. Have you been talking to Gloria lately or no?
I have not seen Gloria since we played with Jesse Chavez. That was his go-to. So I don't even remember what flavored tequila that was, but yeah, he pulled that out that year, and you're like, "What in the world?" He goes, "Yeah, man, been trying this all off season. You guys got to try it," and everybody got hooked.
I can't, dude. I still can't get enough of it. So it's been around the block. I don't need to go to Delaware or Maryland to get it now. It's actually in Jersey, so I'm good.
Well, there you go. You got everything you need in Jersey now.
I'm going to send you a bottle of Gloria.
I don't know about this. And you said, who is it? Jesse Chavez brought it?
Yeah, Chavez, yes.
Have you seen Chavez, by the way, what he's doing this year? Dude's 39, having a career year, and we're part of the crew that's trying to get him to the All-Star game. Ken Rosenthal just blasted it out to the world, too, and fans are like, thank you, because obviously no one's paying attention to him outside of Atlanta.
Yeah, no, Chavi's a national treasure, so for him to go to the All-Star game, that'd be perfect for everybody. You got a guy. Look, I mean, he's played for every team twice, I think. But Chavi is one of my favorite teammates. Man, he keeps it real every day. Makes you have fun when you come in, and he's always going to show up and do his thing. So it's definitely fun to see him do what he's doing.
I want you to one up my Jesse Chavez story. Besides the fact that I hit a dinger off of him, that's here and there. Humble brag for me. In spring training with the Pirates, we got our meal money, and you know how they used to give us the cash? Everybody put their meal money together when we were all hanging out at an establishment, and he licked the urinal cookie for everybody's meal money.
Oh.
So I need you to
I can't beat that one.
Chavez story.
Man, you can't beat that one. That was when he was young though. He's real young back then, wasn't he?
Yes. Now he's got a lot of cheese.
Yeah, now he's especially when we went to Oakland and did some swing with the starting and stuff like that. So he got himself a little bigger paycheck than no more urinal cakes. You can't top a urinal cake licking. He went there. I didn't know that about him. I'm gonna have to reach out to him and be like, man, you really come a long way.
He has definitely come a long way.
Hey, is Jake Berger an All-Star this year?
Man, you see what he's doing since he showed up? Why would he not be? Guy just whacks homers, bro. I don't know what else to say about him. He just absolutely just whacks at whatever baseball's thrown at him. I love it. Whacking home runs, doing everything he's asked. Man, this guy has gone through a lot in his career before he even got to the big leagues with the Achilles stuff. But you're seeing a guy who really wants to be great. He works hard every day and just loves baseball and loves to hit. So it's fun. It's fun watching guys like that come up and show what they're made of when you kind of get counted out, whether it's injuries or get stuck behind people and stuff like that. He's showing people what he's made of, and that's awesome.
What's his attitude like? I feel like when it's someone like Jake who had to overcome a lot, devastating injury. I know he thought about quitting. His parents talked him back into playing ball. Does he walk in there like with swag, hey, I belong here, let's go, I got a lot of confidence, or more of the appreciation factor, like, damn, can't believe I'm back here in the bigs and I'm looking like a 40 homer guy now?
Yeah, I think it's a little bit of both. I think he knows he can hit and he knows that he can play here, but he's also just appreciative that he's here. It's like he's like a little kid, man. He grew up in St. Louis, so he had the luxury of watching me play when he was in high school, so he lets me know that all the time. So he's a baseball fan at heart, and he loves the game. So you see that every day in him. He just loves to be there, loves to go through the process, and he loves to grind in the cage. And guys like that are fun to watch, especially when they succeed.
Hey, so question for you about yesterday's game, and obviously Jake stole the show 2 days ago, but yesterday, any issues with, and it was Louis, right? Not going for the baseball on the
Yeah,
walk
yep,
off.
Louis, yeah.
It's Robert.
Do you have to show the fake effort there?
You know what? You know that the game's over, so you understand the process, but you also know that the pitcher's out there grinding his butt off with a guy starting at second to start the inning. So it's one of those things where you help your teammate out, you get him an out, and you know the it doesn't hurt as bad, but the game's over right there on that ball. He has no chance to throw anybody out, so you understand what happened. But you know, as pitchers, we always need that extra one out on the thing, that inning and a third or something like that. It just makes it hurt a little less.
Do you ever think about like the guys when you first came up, like those grizzled vets who were like would have aired out Roberts for that? And do you think that guy is whatever, bro? Or do you think that's needed sometimes in clubhouses?
I think it's one of those things where you always need to know that, hey, we're all in this together. As much as it's an individual game with you versus the hitter in the box and things like that. No matter what, we're all pulling in the same direction, and we're never going to quit until the game's officially over. I think as long as that's the way that it's portrayed, instead of saying, hey, I need you to go get that out for my numbers, that's a different story. But it's like, hey, play till the ball's caught and do whatever you can, and then we'll come back and get them tomorrow. If we do it that way, usually things go your way as the season goes on. So we just got to keep making sure we play till the end, and that's what it's all about.
Hey, Lance, what are your thoughts on what's gone on with the Oakland A situation? That's dominated the news beyond baseball, especially this week. It's basically official that they're going to be going to Vegas, and it seems like, forget the owner. We know he's trash. He's done the city wrong. But, the commissioner spoke yesterday too, and he threw like the sarcastic diss at fans. They were like, oh, what'd you think of the reverse boycott, which had 27,000 people? By the way, the Vegas stadium's going to have max capacity of 30K. And he's like, oh, it's nice to see, I'm paraphrasing a little, it's nice to see like an average crowd there for once, basically, is what he said.
That doesn't surprise me. But you look at Oakland. They definitely need a new stadium. You just wish it was going to be in Oakland. To be honest, it's always fun to go play. I enjoy playing in the Coliseum until you get in the showers and sewage starts coming out of the drains and stuff like that. But all those old ballparks are always fun because you're like, man, this is where other guys played that you watched growing up and that you idolized. So you're going to miss some of that. But they definitely need a new ballpark. I read something where Harper said that they had the expansion hockey team and everyone kind of rallied around them because it was theirs. I understand how the city of Vegas could be like that too. Man, we'd rather have an expansion so it could be ours from the get go instead of getting somebody that's transferring in type thing. So I'm anxious to see what it all really comes down to. But when it's said and done, Oakland, the players and things like that, they needed a new ballpark, and I wish it was going to be in Oakland, but it looks like it might be heading to Vegas for sure.
I feel like when I listen to Manfred talk, do you feel like he has baseball's best interests at heart, or do you feel like there's some ulterior motive?
I mean, you're looking at a guy who's got to run a business, and I think it's sometimes more about the business than the game for him, and I guess that's his job. But when I see, NBA and the way that their commissioner works with their players and stuff, it just has a little different vibe than ours does. But that's just the way it goes here. So I think it's more about business, more about getting expansions, and more about making as much money as possible. And it's not always about maybe the players and the fans as it should be. But if we go out and perform and put on a show, then I guess we're doing our job.
Yeah, but isn't the business the product on the field?
We've been saying that our whole careers, haven't we? When you played, you're like, man, it's about us on the field, people coming to watch us and us putting on a show. But the more and more you play, the more and more you realize we don't matter. They're just waiting to bring the next 21 to 24-year up, and fans are going to root for him no matter what. So if we lose for a couple of years, who cares? blah, blah, blah. We don't have to put the best product on the field all the time. So I think it's gone away from that. It used to be, hey, let's go get the best players on each team each year to see what we can do. Now it's, oh, how can I make the best business model possible? And that's their right as owners, man. They bought the teams to make money, except one, the Mets owner seemed to buy the team to make sure he wins. It's all a little different now than it used to be for sure.
Do you feel like there should be two roles for a commissioner, like CEO, business manager type of role, who's thinking about the dollars and cents over everything, which seems to be the case for the most part, and then someone who's actually overseeing the game, the rules, all of that, and still be in the league office, but it feels like two different jobs.
Yeah, it definitely does. And when you look at, especially when it comes to player relationship with the commissioner, it's not at an all time high. I can tell you that. So you need a buffer there, whether it's somebody that can actually come in and articulate that they care about the game and care about the players and not just doing whatever's best for the owners. So you're going to have that back and forth. You wish there was actually more of a back and forth. Right now, it feels a little one sided that. He's a commissioner of baseball, but his job is to make the owners happy and make them a lot of money, and the players just got to deal with whatever comes. And that's part of the gig. We know what we signed up for, but it would be nice to be heard a little bit, especially when it comes to on-field matters, to make the game as good as it possibly can be for the fans and for the health and safety of the players and all that stuff.
Hey, you brought up the Mets, so for me, you see a guy like Cohen buying every which way, man. And it's just it's weird because we talk about this all the time. Like owners always say, oh, small market this, small market that. They can buy whatever they want. Why aren't guys doing what Steve Cohen does? I always found that frustrating.
Yeah, I think he's got a little deeper bankroll than everybody, though. It looks like. So when you always knew it's like Frazier in the card game. He always tried to bully the young kids because he knew his pockets were deeper.
Listen,
so maybe
that's a lie. No, I was going to bring that up too next. That's
he just gave you a Steve Cohen comp. That's a compliment.
That wasn't it, man. You know what? I'm a good bluffer, and when Lance would find a way. I don't know what it was. Lance would always find this way to beat me on these games. Jacks are better. Like I didn't even know how to play. He's like, come on, play, man. I'm like, I don't even know how to play this game. He forced me to play, and I'd end up losing. And then I'd want to kick I'd kick his ass afterwards, and that's not going to happen because the guy's a freaking grizzly bear. But what was my favorite game that we played the whole time? Screw the dealer, or
yep.
Screw the dealer. So everybody gets a card, and you look at the card, and you know what card you got, basically. So if you have like a 10 or like an 8 or higher, you're going to keep it. Now you're going to say, I don't want to keep it. The next guy goes, he has a 2. He's like, I'm going to pass it. So now you know who's eventually going to get 2. Whoever has the lowest card at the end loses. But that was my big money game. That's where, it's a quick game and you get all the money. But Lance always had this thing with me. And especially we were upstairs and we would play all the time, man. With a little Gloria, with a little
conference room. I got you good that night.
Yeah, you did. I remember you had to start that night, so I let him win. Now, you don't want the guy to get angry before a start. And a little bottle of vino just before the start was good.
Well, that was a 3-5-7 game. That didn't go well for you.
No, it didn't go well at all. I didn't sleep good that night, but sun always comes up the next day.
What you got taken?
Yeah, I got taken. Hopefully my wife isn't watching this one, but we're good.
So, later on, other teams, you got it back. Right?
No, yeah, of course.
Yeah,
of course.
yeah.
Even if I didn't,
it was just mill money. We don't get as much anymore, so it was like $20 a day.
Yeah,
it wasn't much at all.
That was it. Yeah, of course. Good. That's the stuff. That's the stuff I miss about baseball: is the card games, the flights, and all that, and the shit talking all day on the plane, which was awesome for me.
Well, just nonstop. That's what makes the game fun.
That's why you're here.
That's
why I'm shows here, and you're at a casino.
Are you still playing cards on? Is there any newcomers that are coming in playing with you guys?
We've got a Blu-ray game going on that's pretty good. We got Benintendi and myself, and a couple of younger guys. So we take it easy on them, and we're milking them into middle of the season here. Then we can get them going.
Show them your shirt.
Yeah, I got my shirt on here. Positive vibes here.
There you go.
Yeah,
he's got a straight flush.
I'll take that every day of the week.
Royal flush, right? Yeah.
No, that's Royal.
That's Royal.
Nice.
That's hot. Hey, ask him about your boy, the 2-year-old.
Oh,
went
yeah.
viral.
Video went viral the other day. I don't know if you saw this. You dropping an F-bomb on TV, and I think you might be able to see it here if we could play it. The guy, you could see the guy actually played the video. He rewound it. I don't know if he told his son to say the F word, but it's not live, so I don't know how this even happened.
I think it was genuine, and we'll throw to it in just a second here. So
yeah, we're gonna play it
because they asked him on social. People were like, "Oh, you drew this up," and he was like, "No, I'm just playing it again for you because every time I play it, the kid reacts to it."
But on TV, you could see he rewound it though.
Yes, yes. But he was saying like he did that, so I wanted people to see it. So I recorded
he's
it.
looking for some clicks. I thought it was
Okay.
I thought it was garbage.
Well, let's let Lance decide.
I thought it was garbage.
It's a whole lot off the plate.
Oh man!
See, no, Lance, he rewound it though. So how many times did this guy do this? You know what I mean? I don't
know. I'll tell you what. If that kid said it right out of the gate, and he's like, "Man, I'm gonna rewind it and see if it's again." That's good. That's pretty good. I always said it a long time ago. If you wanted, family friendly, take your family to the zoo. So
exactly 100%. 100%. I agree with that one. I thought he. I wonder how many times he rewound that just to get him to say that. So that's my opinion.
Yeah, they gotta get the mics off me when I'm coming off the mound. That's for sure.
For some reason, they're louder for you. I don't understand that.
It's like they want to hear it. They want to hear it now.
Have they asked to mic you up or do any of the, well, not in game, but in dugout back and forth with you? Have you done any of that stuff recently?
Yeah. So I told a long time ago, if you're in game and when the mic not playing in the dugout, you're a rat. So you can't do that. So that was one of the ones I try to stay away from, and I definitely can't do it playing because that would just be nonstop every pitch. So I think I need to stay away from mics. To be honest with you, a hot mic's not good for me.
Not good for everybody.
Wait, so if you see a teammate in the dugout who's mic'd up, you're like, "Nah, dude, we're not friends today."
Yeah, 100%. And then I'll sit by him and tell the mic every one of the bad things about them. Yeah. So then there's they'll never do it again.
You got to understand, Lance, he doesn't give a shit about nothing. He gives a shit about everything being done the right way. Mm-hmm. But if there's something going on, especially a younger guy, like it's not going to bode well for that dude.
If it's got a look at me effect to it, I don't like it. It's all about the team and what we got to do to win today.
No doubt, man. Appreciate you, man. That's good stuff.
Kratz, are you good?
I'm good. I'm just listening. I want to know if Lance, if you were talking about going to the zoo. We had somebody on the other day. What's the first exhibit you're going to look at when you go to the zoo?
It's depends on the walk, obviously, which one's the furthest right away and how it sets up. But you're going lions and gorillas one way or the other, and then you're wrapping around to see the other one on the way out. So that's the way I'm doing it. And then I got all my kids like the lions and the gorillas too. So that's what we go do. We go see the biggest, meanest ones, and then we kind of go from there.
Are they do they look at the gorillas and they're like, "Daddy, that kind of reminds me of you a little bit." Like,
yeah, it's like, hey, that's the long line of cavemen from back in the day. That's what we got going on in this family.
Hey, last thing, we got a zoo in New Jersey. It's called the Popcorn Zoo. I don't know if you ever heard of these before. Well,
when have I ever been to Jersey?
No, listen. I was going to give you respect if you did, so I was putting it on the tee for you, but that's okay. No, dude, this is real deal. Lacey Township. It's called the Popcorn Zoo, and these animals all have problems. So, like, there's an elephant with no trunk. There's like chickens like walking around with one leg, monkeys with one arm. Like, they give you popcorn and you give it to these animals, and it's the coolest thing in the world. I advise you when you come up here and visit, we'll go down there with the kids and we'll have a good time.
I'm in. Yeah, we come back later. I'll bring the kids. We'll go throw some popcorns at animals. That sounds real nice.
Oh, they love, and the monkeys are just catching them like nothing.
Sounds mean as hell. You're throwing popcorns at disabled animals, bro.
No, you give them the popcorn. No, it's a great time, and they're roaming everywhere. It's great. It's a good time for the kids.
Is it like the hospital zoo? It's like when you get hurt in the wild, you got to come live out your days here.
I'm not sure. I don't want to get it wrong now because now we're talking a little too much about it. So.
Todd's playing card games with him.
No, it's a cool zoo though.
I've never heard of that.
I feel bad for these animals, but they are just like every other animal, just with something missing. That's all. They're good.
Where
animals.
is this?
It's in Lacey Township. It's great.
I've never heard of this. We're all learning today.
Eric's gonna come up soon.
Eric's dying.
Popcorn Zoo, baby. Come on.
The popcorn zoo. I'm thinking like
Oh man.
flamingo with one leg.
Yeah,
Just
you
standing there,
might
just
see it.
waiting for you to hit it with popcorn.
It's popcorn.
We're gonna
Come
put
on.
it up today. You're gonna have to donate here in a second. Here, the more you talk.
Lance, great to see you.
Yeah.
We have lost it. It's Friday.
No,
Do
it's
your
perfect.
thing,
That's
man.
what it's about.
No doubt.
It is. I'm with you, dude. Good
I'll
to
bring
see
my
you. We'll see you in a few
popcorn to New
weeks.
York next time. We'll be
Yeah.
Extra butter, please.
good. Yep. I hear you.
Thanks, brother.
Cheers, brother.
See you, fellas.